going on? It's your dog Artman Boxing, and we're back with another boxing conversation. Yeah, I gotta run it back again because getting caught up with a lot of extra shit. Shout out to everybody in the chat though. Give me one moment. Yeah, but we back with another live show, y'all. The Canelo fans, they made my week hell. They even got my page took down because as you can see from the graphic here, there's a picture of Charlo's mugshot. He ended up getting locked up, but we're gonna speak on that stuff, man. I don't think it's nothing to call this guy some type of crazy criminal and blame all of black society for this nigga's fucking going to jail. But let me go ahead and just drop the link in the chat for my bro D Hive, man. Man, they been man, and look, and that's I feel like that's why my page got taken down because there was a lot of racist fans going crazy, and all I did was just defend the brother. But you know how it goes. Once you start speaking against racism after they dropped the N word and called you all this and all that, then they start reporting you. So yeah, my Twitter got fucking suspended, man. At 1,800 followers, dude. But I'm not tripping because that's just social media. That shit does not control me. Said why are YouTube on your case art? No, it's not YouTube. It's Twitter. These dudes are fucking weird, man. That's why. They don't have no fucking lives, man. Get you a fucking life. Whenever we talking about they do Canelo Alvarez, they come out the woodworks like drones, man, just ready to just attack you, dude. Just for speaking out. So yeah, it's been reported. Charlo, he got locked up for domestic dispute. No, he didn't beat up his wife or anything like that. But it was a situation where he got into an altercation with a family member. They didn't say who the family member was, but he got into an altercation with a family member, and they treat that shit like it's the end of the world. They treat him like this man killed somebody. I even heard, matter of fact, oh man, I can't even see it no more because my Twitter got deleted. But let me see if I posted it on Instagram. Uh, Somebody was like basically telling me, "Oh, Art man, you see what your FBA brother Charlo did? He's such a disgrace. He's never gonna get that Canelo fight now. What type of monkey? All this type of BS, all because of a fucking fight, man. I mean, because Charlo got locked up, dude. These dudes are weird, man. But hold on, let me share this link. Let everybody know we are here live. Man, it's Super Bowl Sunday. I didn't even know it was a Super Bowl until last night because I don't even watch football. I don't even watch basketball. I don't even watch anything else besides boxing. I really don't. But last night I was trying to catch that UFC shit. Man, I've just been so busy these days, dude. I've been so busy these days, man. Like I missed the Jacobs fight and I missed that other dude fight. But yeah, let's talk about that Jacobs fight, man. Y'all gotta fill me in, man. I haven't seen no highlights. I haven't seen nothing. All I heard was Jacobs got robbed. But I don't see too many people screaming though. So it must have been one of the real close fights. It must have been real close. So that Charlo shit was whack. His cousin or whatever male family member got cooked and called the cops. I never considered someone that did that in my family. Yeah, we don't call the cops in our family. Hell no. Nah. When you get to a little domestic dispute, we slugging it out. Yeah, yeah. You know, as a black man, you gotta understand, especially a Minnesota native as well. When it comes to calling the police, that's like summoning death on somebody. I'm someone that's black. I'm gonna keep it 100. It's like summoning death because you'll never know what type of police officer shows up to the dispute. You know, you already telling them, oh, there's fists being flown, niggas is out here fighting, arguing, whatever. Police can already just come there on bullshit and start pressing the issue on anybody black. Seriously, you know how these folks get down, man. You get called, man. They call police for fucking alleged fake counterfeit $20 bill. Next, you know, there's a fucking dead black man on the floor getting choked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy, dude. So we don't call the police on our family members. Yeah, it definitely does. But what's going on, Crod?
What's up, my brother?
Shit, we just trying to cook up here. What's up with you, man?
Not much. Just had 2 good interviews for my channel, but I mean, I was like pretty disappointed that I wasn't able to get Tevin Farmer on, but yeah, hopefully that I could reschedule with Coach, Rivas and see where that goes. So
Yeah, but shout out to you, man. I don't know if you've seen, but I got banned from Twitter for life.
that's bullshit.
I had to make a new account, like several new accounts. I made one account, man. They deleted that shit. I tried to make another one. They deleted that. They just kept on deleting it until I was able to use a new phone number or whatever. But yeah,
What?
man. Yeah, dude. They told me they said I'm permanently banned from Twitter.
That doesn't make any sense.
It don't gotta make any sense. You're black.
Yeah, well, Twitter doesn't, uphold like people's free speech until it's
Hell
like,
no. Nope. Not if you're black.
yeah,
If you're
fuck
black.
that shit, man.
If you're black, they take. And then it was so crazy is I didn't see dudes post crack cocaine on Twitter, and they page didn't get permanently banned. I'm not joking. I'm serious.
Damn. What the hell?
So yeah, so you know how they come and they pick and choose when it comes to black folks speaking the truth, man. And a lot of my supporters been saying that. They're like, dude, what the hell, Art Man? All he does is just spit truth. What the fuck? You acting like this guy's out here posting about crazy shit. Yeah, I'm not. And that's the crazy part is on Twitter, I don't even curse on Twitter, bro. I literally don't curse on Twitter. I don't say the B word, F word. I don't even call people coons or nothing like that. I just speak against racism.
Yeah. I don't understand why, you got censored like that.
I mean, that's it right there. But what you think about this whole Charlo Canelo situation? Because I don't know if you've seen, but I've been seeing Charlo's mugshots circulating the web more than Canelo fucking ped use when he got caught.
I think it's smoke and mirrors. I think they're just trying to make Charlo look like a bad guy and try to act like Canelo, isn't a bad guy himself, knowing that he killed somebody himself. But
I know, right? And it's so crazy that I feel like around that time, that's when I got kicked off because I was posting stuff like that. Somebody put me on a lick, and I started looking. I'm looking online, researching, and comes to find out. Matter of fact, let me go back and read this shit so people can understand what we're talking about. Because I know when it says, "Oh, Canelo killed somebody," it sounds crazy. But according to this report, allegedly, Guadalajara-born boxer Saul Alvarez has ended his alliance with Mexican broadcaster Televisa following accusation that he was responsible for the death of his sparring partner Javier Jugaria. And I was yesterday's years old when I found that fucking news out. What do you think about that shit, man? I didn't know Canelo killed somebody, man. I'm not saying that Canelo was such a terrible person. I understand that stuff happened in boxing, but I didn't know that Canelo did that. I didn't know that he had a body on his record.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of shocked when I heard about that, but I wasn't thinking Canelo was that type of guy to like do something crazy like that. But I mean,
You know what I'm saying? It could be an accident, though. I'm not saying that he intentionally went in there on some, I'm about to fuck dude up. I mean, yeah, he kind of did because he's a. I mean, what did you expect? The guy's 40 years old.
yeah, and I'm sure this was like years ago, probably.
2015.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Hold on,
yeah,
hold on. No. It was before the Floyd fight.
yeah. So
Yeah,
like
so I
2013.
guess I see why they was on hush mode because it was right before the Floyd fight. So they're like, yeah, we don't want to mess up this bag that we're about to get our boy. He's back. Hell no, he's getting the opportunity of a lifetime. Of course, we're not going to ruin it by airing out this. But it had to be bad for them to cancel his whole broadcasting deal with them.
Yeah, that's just so wild, man. Just found that very odd because, like, the fact that people want to slam Charlo for getting into an issue with his family member that's causing him to be in legal matters. Like, why don't you keep that same energy for Canelo? Because, Canelo's not, innocent either. And I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other, instances where Canelo has done that. And, he doesn't get jail time for that. I mean, I remember that one story where Canelo punched somebody at some bar or some shit like that. Like I don't see why Canelo doesn't get any jail time for that.
But my thing, y'all, about the family situation, that Charlo, I honestly feel like, look, it's like this, y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100. Even though you have family, right? There's some messed up individuals in our families, and I'm not speaking for everyone, but in a lot of Black people's families, man, we have coon cousins and Uncle Toms, you know, and they'll do a certain situation. Let's say if Charlo, you never know, Charlo could possibly fed the dude, housed him, all types of shit. But you know how some of these people be, they be like, oh, that's not enough. I need the type of money you got. So they'll get in a situation like this on purpose and fucking end up suing you. Not even press criminal charges on you, but fucking take you to fucking civil court. Oh, he punched me one time in my stomach, and he's a boxer. He's dangerous.
Yeah,
Yeah, he punched
and
me because I called him the F word or whatever.
I'll even use like the Derrick Rose situation. Everybody thought Derrick Rose was a rapist because for some weird reason his
Oh, because of that white girl.
that black girl.
Oh, it
But
was a black girl. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. My
yeah,
bad. I'm thinking about
yeah,
Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace.
yeah. That was like one of what the baby mothers that he got accused for running like a train on her, which there was like no evidence for that, and they try to act like as if Derrick Rose, he did that intentionally, and when Derrick finally became innocent, everybody shut up like about it. So
No apology, no nothing. They just shut up.
yeah, so I take Charlo's case with a grain of salt because I don't think Jamal Charlo's that crazy, but I treat him like any other person put on trial. You're innocent until proven guilty.
But what you think about that, brother D Hive?
Yeah, what's up, Dia?
Afternoon, y'all. I mean, and the thing, look. So first of all, if you have a millionaire cousin that's black, last thing you need to be doing is calling the motherfucking police. Next, there's always gonna be that hater person. They don't have to be related to you. This motherfucker could have been that worthless ass cousin, never accomplished anything, never fucking had a decent job, always crying, wanted some money, and this is how he thinks he gonna get it. Because as we all found out, not after 5 seconds of research, the assault happened September of the previous year. So all of a sudden he's being picked up today when a Canelo offer's on the table. That's not a coincidence. Like, I'm sorry, but I've just been alive too long. That's not a coincidence. There's always that fucking hater ass cousin that's keeping something in their back pocket in case they need to come up and try to get a little lick through court. Like, actually, I was too scared because he has shooters and he has power, so I conveniently waited until right now to come file the case. Now, please arrest him. There's always that person in the background that wants to target you. I mean, shit, look at Artman's situation. No, when he was just talking about Fury and Wilder, Everything was peaches. They were like, don't listen to him, whatever. Until it wasn't until he actually commercialized Twitter and started generating additional revenue is when they started to say, okay, we need to shut him down. It's the same situation. It's the same situation. So to me,
Literally, like I'm like, dude. Some days I really sit back and think to myself, why is my page getting like all this type of shit? I know I say some crazy shit, but niggas say some crazy shit too. But it's like they're coming at me on some other shit. But I think you're right, Dion. It's based off the fact that niggas getting additional revenue off of this shit.
yeah, if you weren't making any money off Twitter, nobody would give a shit. Like, look at me. They're trying to cancel me, and I'm like, that's cool. I don't make any money off Twitter, so y'all have a fucking field day with that shit. So they're like, you ain't nothing. But with you all, they gotta like they gotta like do all this shit. And the post that you got banned for was about black boxing fans, which is weird. It's like, what? Who is he being racist against? Motherfuckers were trying to say, oh, you can't be racist and bigoted. I'm like, the post was about black boxing fans. So I don't even.
They keep on saying, oh, Art Man. One speaking point, they says Art Man owes people. He owes people. Literally, I show receipts of the people that I owed, and them saying, "Oh yeah, he paid me," and they're not saying nothing. They're not retweeting it. They're not saying anything. They're just running with the same speaking point.
Yeah, dude, it's just people repeating after each other, still talking about some fucking bass, still talking about some fucking space. I'm like, do y'all realize that Twitter is not a real place? Like, I keep having to remind you, I'm like, dude, Twitter is not a real place. Nothing that happens on Twitter is even like the way I look at it is if someone died and your life doesn't change if they live or die, what you worried about them for? like y'all like on fucking boxing Twitter, I'm like, dude, y'all can all disappear tomorrow and nothing about my life would be different. So I'm not gonna be too concerned. Like, oh, look at what happened on a space one time. You got called out and I'm like, okay. Like and also it's funny because I don't talk like a belligerent moron. Apparently I'm not black, y'all. So apparently I am a white person pretending. So my new name is Sherman Way, and that's what we should be calling me from now on. That dumb shit. If I screamed like a fucking drunk asshole, they would just say I'm dumb. But because I talk like I have sense, I no longer get to be black. And that's the problem with the conditioning of these people. You're conditioned to believe that black people are not supposed to be smart, are not supposed to be successful. That's what's wrong with y'all. That's why, the legacy of slavery is so powerful. It's plantation babble. It's all plantation babble. And what was weird to me is that a bunch of quote unquote black pages were like cacaing and kikiing and high fiving each other like a fat bitch that just got her first wedding ring. I was like, Jesus Christ! I'm like, so a page went down and all of a sudden your life is like has meaning now. All right, whatever, bro. Like this shit is just funny, bro. I didn't get it, but with the Charlo situation, I don't care. And I hate those people that are like, oh my God, if I find out Jamal Charlo hit a woman, it's over for me. Man, shut the fuck up. Nobody, dude, like stop. If you're gonna use something not related to boxing to hate on someone, you already didn't like that person and you were just searching for a fucking excuse. Because for some reason, Sergey Kovalev not only broke a woman's back and kicked her dog, but he's killed another human being. And he gets the ultimate pass for that. People can talk about Kovalev without bringing this shit up all the time. People were ready to fucking ride Wilder's ass into the sunset when he said he wanted to catch a body. Canelo and Kovalev actually have bodies that they've caught in boxing, and nobody cares. All of a sudden, the same fucking Canelo stands are coming out of the woodwork. Oh my God, we have no idea. Shut the fuck up. You follow that man's career more closely than you do your own fucking lives. You knew he killed some damn body. You just were smart enough not to talk about the shit. Trying to hear that shit. Oh my God. Like, do you know how wet they were when they found out Canelo actually killed somebody? They were like, oh, I knew he's unbeatable. Oh, look what he did. They were probably wet as fuck when they found out that happened. Then they want to act like, oh my God, we never knew. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You just didn't talk about it. Trying to hear that shit.
I don't understand why people shrug over that one story where Canelo got caught drinking at a party, and then he got kicked out of the clubhouse or some shit like that because he was getting crazy.
Shit, I don't even know because I don't really follow Canelo's like career, personal life that much. But yeah, I believe it. And yeah, look what Jason said. Conor McGregor beat the shit out of an old dude on camera, and nothing happened to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just like, yo, I don't understand. Just admit you don't like black fighters and move on. It's that simple. Just like stop pretending. Like I don't understand why you're so nervous about it. If you're confident, if you're confident that there's nothing wrong with what you're saying, just admit you don't like black fighters and move on. That way we know not to even talk to you. Why are you pretending to be this objective person, but every boxing take is anti-black? Like as long as it's not black, it's good. Like that's and then you're like, oh, I'm not a racist. I'm objective. Blah, 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 blah. Like just get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I just hate it when people just try to pretend as if like black athletes don't go through all this type of publicity and pressure. And every time when we see stories on this, it's like people just try to act like this shit doesn't, affect them, in a long term sense.
Yeah, this is aggravating. Yeah, I remember Jared Smith, and I also remember Kubrat Pulev sexually assaulting a woman on camera. Y'all remember that? He grabbed a woman by the neck and kissed her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, niggas got real short memories when it comes to non-black people. That shit funny as fuck.
Did you guys see the Danny Jacobs John Ryder fight?
Yeah, I watched that weak shit.
Yeah, I thought Danny Jacobs like won the fight, but at least 7-5.
Yeah, he looked like trash, but he won that shit. I had a 7-5 exactly. I gave him the first 6 rounds and I gave him the 12th.
Yeah, John Ryder looked like dog water.
They both look like trash, but
Yeah.
that's why John Ryder. That's why John Ryder fucking turned down that Morel smoke because he would have got his neck broken.
Oh, really? Yeah. I was just about to ask about that.
Oh, he ducked the shit out of David Morel. We gave him an offer and everything. He was like, nah.
Nah, man, I'm not gonna get my ass beat. Damn.
Yeah, because he knows that Danny Jacobs is too much of a bitch to let his hands go on the inside, and if you pay Danny Jacobs enough, he'll just hold back some probably. So he's like, fuck it, I have a legitimate shot to actually beat Danny Jacobs. Whereas Morel don't give a fuck. Morel the type of dude to knock you out by accident. Like he accidentally punched too hard and then boop, you sleep.
I was just about to say, like, David Morrell is, I don't know what's going on, but now that Ryder won, I guess he got like a title elimination spot for a mandatory position. So wouldn't he be?
Her and talking that shit. Ryder, he's never gonna feed Ryder to Morel, bro. It doesn't make any sense. It would never happen because I understand he wants to try to position Ryder for Canelo, but if you have to beat David Morrell, you're not gonna win. You're done. Like you might as well just sit down somewhere. You're not gonna fucking win.
They let nigga. I swear to God, if Ryder ended up fighting Canelo before any Charlo or Andre, I don't want to hear shit.
Or even Morel, I'd be down for a Morel versus Canelo. Shit, fuck it. If he only got 6, 7 fights,
Morel versus John Ryder right here in Minnesota.
I thought
oh shit!
I was
that
thinking
shit happen right here in Minnesota.
I was thinking he was going to become Morel's, mandatory.
That's what I was thinking. I thought they said the winner of that fight. They talking about him versus Morel.
He's supposed to be, but them niggas ain't gonna fight Morel crazy ass. They not. Danny Jacobs and Ryder will get put the fuck out of commission. They fight David Morel. That's it. I don't think either one of them see the 8th round with Morel.
Oh,
Neither one of them. And the thing is too, now that Danny Jacobs is on bitch mode, I want to see Danny Jacobs get wasted by Andre. To be quite honest, I want Andre to knock his ass smooth out, and I want Danny Jacobs to retire. Tell you the truth, because I've never really cared for Danny Jacobs. I rooted for him because I thought he was decent and black and he's American and that kind of stuff. But outside of that, man, Danny Jacobs, sacrifice your ass to Andre and get the fuck on. Like I'm good, bro. I'm good on your whole fucking career.
yeah. I think Danny Jacobs is just too war torn from all the matches that he's had.
Yeah, and I give him some credit and respect for coming back from bone cancer because a lot of people forget he had to actually recover from bone cancer to where he might not even walk again. So I understand that after that, your power, your abilities may have been a
Hey,
lot. Oh,
sidebar real quick.
yeah,
What
yeah,
time does
yeah.
Super Bowl start?
Shit, I
Huh?
don't even know.
I really don't know.
Oh, Super Bowl starts at 6:30.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. But continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand that Danny Jacobs had to come back from bone cancer. The doctor said he might not even walk again and shit like that. So I give him some respect on that stuff. But outside of that, it's like, bro, you're out here losing to John Ryder. You clearly don't have it in you. You don't want to let your fucking hands go. Because honestly, he could have slept John Ryder. He could have knocked John Ryder the fuck out. But he didn't. He just oh shit, hold on. My girl talking about there might have been some gunshots around this
I
motherfucker.
knew he was gonna start doing that. I didn't even watch the fight. But y'all say he
It
was
was
slapping his punches to the inside.
it wasn't worth watching, dog. It was horrible. Every time, bro. Honestly, shit like this makes me not even believe in boxing because every time he had Ryder hurt and wobbled, like he just held back. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's on Queer Street. Hit him to the body, drop his hands down, and then right hook over the top. This is done. But yeah, he wouldn't even throw with him. And then the last part of the fight, he just took the rounds off. I was like,
You
"What
get
the
that
fuck?"
same feeling, huh, D-Hive? That sometimes it looks like, man, what is really going on, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they were talking
I get
about.
that. I get that in a couple fights, but I don't want to voice it too much because people will be like, oh, this nigga's just crazy.
But they also talking about. What's up, Julius?
What's going on, guys? What's up?
Yeah, but they was talking about how it was his last fight under the DAZN contract, so I wouldn't be shocked they just broke him off a little bit of bread to go ahead and
To
hand
pass
this
the
over.
torch to Ryder?
But that's the thing. What the fuck are you gonna get out of Ryder? Who is he beating?
Prop him up for a potential Canelo fight.
And again, I mean, who the fuck is Ryder? He's got 5 losses. Like he's not even worth it. Doing fucking putting Jacobs in there again with I don't even know if that would be a better fight. But dude, Canelo's gonna lay John Ryder the fuck out, and it's not even gonna be entertaining.
Hey, man, it goes back to what I said a couple times ago about Danny Jacobs. I told y'all Danny Jacobs was a shot fighter, and I told you that the black fighters that fight under the zone best to watch themselves, man. And look at what happened. He got robbed, and he looked like garbage. And the first thing that Eddie Hearn said was, "Oh, that'll be a great opponent for Canelo in the UK." And look, I know y'all done touched on it. And look at the Devin Haney situation, which I had told y'all before. He will never get a fight. I told you, no black fighter, no black American fighter will ever get a big fight with the zone under Eddie Hearn.
Well, Jacobs got Canelo and Triple G though. So.
But that was with the help of Al Heyman in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he was still advised by Al Heyman when he got that fight.
I think
Al Heyman and DAZN went into an agreement to do a couple fight deals, and then after the Canelo fight, the manager that he had went on and signed with Eddie Hearn after that fight.
And then he got Triple G after that.
And then he got Triple G, I thought, before that. But either way, even if it was after, yeah, he did get it. Because he fought Triple G on HBO, if I ain't mistaken.
Oh, okay, yeah, you could be right.
Yeah, so
but yeah, now that Lou DiBella said fuck the whole thing, I'm 100% with it. Haney, go ahead, drop the belt, fuck off on Eddie Hearn, and go to 140 and see what's good. Now that DiBella has said we're past it, I'm like, okay, cool. So there's no point in doing any of this anymore. There's no point.
And then Cambosa's talking about fighting in June, which
right.
I had already told you, bro. I have not gotten off that stance that that fight didn't make sense because I knew he wasn't going to do it. There was no reason Eddie Hearn allowed Bill and Devin to just, basically waste time, because that's what they did. They wasted. How long have they wasted waiting on that fight?
I mean, since Diaz.
So there you go. You're talking about 2 months at least, right?
Yeah.
For nothing.
I'm just wondering when Devin's just gonna move up to 140 because it's like
He need to now because Cambosos they clearly it ain't shaking. So it's like fuck it. The only reason unless Tank decide to all of a sudden, hey Haney, come on man, let's unless Tank decide to all of a sudden let's scrap, then there's no reason to be staying at 135. Because with all due respect, I think Devin Haney beats all those people. I think Devin Haney beats Loma. I think he beats Tio. I think he beats Ryan Garcia. I think he beats fucking. I think he beats Colbert if he comes up. I think he edges Shakur Stevenson. So it's like, I mean, the only person that can probably whoop his ass right now is probably Keyshawn Davis.
really,
Yeah.
wow.
Rebel,
It's a 50-50.
Rebel. I answer your question.
Yeah,
I
Keyshawn
thought that
Davis.
Danny Jacobs got robbed. Rebel. I gave Danny Jacobs the first 5 rounds of the fight.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the man disappeared.
He stopped
But
swinging.
I still thought he won. You know what I'm saying? The man disappeared. Man stopped. He was beating up this guy, and he just stopped.
Exactly. Yeah. I gave him the
What did
first
you say, Julius? He was beating him up and he just stopped.
He just stopped.
Yeah.
He won the first 4 or 5 rounds, and then the guy stopped punching. I don't know what happened. Danny
Literally.
Jacobs, it looked like he took a dive because
Oh shit.
hey, look, man, the guy stopped punching, and I still thought he won, but he stopped punching.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. I gave Danny Jacobs the first 6 rounds and the 12th.
See?
That's
Right.
that's all I gave him, but that's enough to win. And yeah, you're right, Julius. He had him wobbled, he had him hurt, and I could hear Andre Rozier from the corner yell underneath and then over the top, which means hit him, take the right hand to the body, and then once he lets his guard down because he's a southpaw, loop the right hand over the top and crack his ass. Danny Jacobs didn't do that.
He stopped punching.
Yeah, he had John Ryder hurt a good 3 or 4 times between the 2nd and 5th rounds. And every time he had him wobbled and hurt, he would literally stop punching. He would just go in and hug him. I'm like, this looks like trash, bro. It looks like trash. Yeah, Freddie G, Keyshawn ain't no joke. He'll fuck around and put some hands on Devin. Shit. Keyshawn, you play with Keyshawn if you want to. Get your ass whooped.
But man. Go ahead. What we gonna say, Crud?
Oh yeah. Like I was just gonna say for Keyshawn Davis, like I think he only beats Devin if he pressures Devin late game, and then Devin is careless on defense, and then he gets caught with like a mean left.
That's a 50-50 to me.
Well, my thing about Keyshawn Davis is it just takes time. If Keyshawn Davis is able to go fight Kambosos tomorrow and beat him, okay? But the higher echelon fighters like Devin, like Shakur, I just think it just takes a couple more fights or a good season 12-round veteran fight. And that's all it takes is a little bit of time, man. Or here's the thing. I got to really watch Keyshawn closely because if he's a real super big guy for the division, then he might be ready for Devin and them guys tomorrow because I have seen throughout the history of boxing that guys that come out of the amateur that fight at a lower weight class than what they was accustomed to sometimes come in and blow guys out. I saw it with Oscar De La Hoya. I'm talking about great fighters. They come in at Floyd Mayweather at 130, although Floyd Mayweather fought the amateurs at 125. He went up and dominated. But normally guys can stay around their weight class or go down a little, and they can dominate these guys. So I don't know.
Because when Keyshawn came into the pros, like his very last fight was at 140. His box rec says light, but yeah, like he's been competing at 140 already thus far as super lightweight. But his next fight is going to be his next fight is at lightweight, and Keyshawn is huge for 135. Him and Devin Haney are both big. That's why I said like dude was like Keyshawn Davis. I'm like, man, you play with Keyshawn if you want to. You go get your ass whooped. He's big, he's able to compete at 130 as well. Yeah, so it's like he's big as hell, and he's only 22. So yeah, man, they're right around the same age. Yeah, man, it's Keyshawn's the problem, man.
I personally think that Devin is a real good pro. I think that he'll be able to win titles. Already won a title at 35. I think that he'll be able to win a title at 40 eventually. But I rate Keyshawn Davis and Shakur as better talents. Now look, just because you say a guy's a better talent, don't mean he's gonna beat guys. And the reason I say that is I seen Jose Luis Castillo from Mexico beat Stevie Johnston, Diego Corrales. He beat 2 or 3 guys that were more talented than him. So talent don't mean you're gonna beat a guy. But I kind of think that Keyshawn and Shakur are a little higher level fighter than Devin. I just do. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with Devin Haney. I just think those guys are a little bit better. That's it.
Hey, yeah, and that's what it is. I mean, we just that's why they all make good fights. That's why.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I was kind of heated when Ellerby was talking all that shit about why Haney can't fight Tank, and I was just like, all right,
Haney can fight. He need to stop talking that talk because actually he hurting Tank more than he is helping him with all these demands on and again. And he heard him, but at the same time, people should know unless you hear Al Heyman say something, then people just talking.
Right. Even when it comes down to TMT, Ellerby is not. He's the CEO, but he is not the man he's not the mover and shaker. He handles the day-to-day stuff. He's not the mover and shaker. He doesn't make any real calls. It's between Mayweather and what Heyman say.
Heyman, yep, absolutely, 100%.
And that's not me demeaning Leonard Ellerby or saying he's not a smart person because he comes from banking. That's just me saying what it is. Like,
it's just the truth, man.
And
he also spent time in the military, so you know what I'm saying.
But me, I don't like it. I don't like it when it comes to because certain people they like to talk shit about Ellerby, but then they'll say his word is bond for other things. Like for example, when Ellerby was talking shit about Haney's drawing power, which people have been arguing with him about, they'll say, "Oh, Ellerby's exactly right." But when it comes to things like why Tank is fighting certain people or why he didn't fight Lomachenko, all of a sudden people will say Ellerby is a liar. It's like, no, you can't do that. It's either you trust Ellerby or you don't trust Ellerby. It's that simple. You can't go back and forth. Oh, sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong. Like that's bullshit.
Right. And my thing is when he started getting into the business side of it, he's absolutely wrong. And that's even if he's speaking highly for Tank or if he's speaking lowly for Tank. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's just a situation of it's like if you work for a big corporation, which D-Hive you do. You know what I'm saying? The company will let hey, these are the words that are expressed by D-Hive and not necessarily the views of the company. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it when Leonard started talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes he say stuff he doing too much. You know what I mean?
Right. Because like you can't be talking that weak shit about drawing power, and a lot of like the majority of Tank's opponents come out of fucking nowhere, that's not me. That's not me.
Nowhere, Mexico.
Right. Like that's not me demeaning Tank. But what I'm saying is, I understand that Devin would need to take a pay cut. Send him a contract or some shit, and if he rejects it, then you can be like, the nigga didn't take what he was given.
Y'all know what I don't like though?
What's that?
From the race fans? I don't like how they'll say our fighters are these guys are trash compared to Nello or Loma or whatever, and they'll be like, they'll get excited if we decided to fight each other and be like, oh my god, that's a great fight.
Right.
After talking all that shit,
like
they say all that shit about Andre and whatever, but Andre talking about, I want to fight Benavidez. They're like, damn, that's a good ass fight. Why is it a good ass fight? I thought you said Andre was trash.
Because here's the thing. Those guys don't want to see their favorite fighters put in a situation where they can lose. But my thing is this, man. When I look at other sports or just boxing, it doesn't matter. The best sometimes lose. If you fight the best enough, you're gonna lose eventually. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, they was talking about that style bender dude last night from UFC. I'm like, dude, I seen that nigga lose already.
Yeah, I seen him lose too. I seen him not only lose, I seen him get, you know what I'm saying? You could put a pillar under his head.
So that was when he was kickboxing in like Thailand or some shit.
Yeah, it's still a loss. The guy knocked him unconscious.
He got wasted. He got fucked up.
Yeah.
But
they could have put a pillar under him.
Oh, it wasn't in the UFC.
No, it wasn't. But he lost in the UFC too, though.
Yeah, he
lost in the UFC as well.
He lost a light heavyweight decision to John.
Yeah, he lost to some white dude. I just remember watching the white dude just choke him out. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He didn't make him tap out.
Yeah, you're talking about John Blackowitz.
He was just like,
John
he was just bigger than the dude, and he was just
John Blackowitz. Yep.
He was just outworking him. From what I remember, he was just grappling him, and he couldn't do nothing about it. Type shit. It was like, damn, this nigga's kind of big.
Facts, Jason. But here's the other thing.
That power.
But here's the other thing about Israel. He's a coon.
Yep,
he's a certified coon.
I do talk about some style benders. That guy, he might be the guy in the ring, but outside the ring with that,
he's a coon.
I ain't like that shit.
Style bender is a coon.
I ain't like that shit. You talking about Joe Rogan's yo nigga, boy? Please.
Yeah.
My thing is though, he's a Nigerian dude who's like born and raised in New Zealand, so I'm like, he's not around like his people,
right?
So, like, what y'all think? What y'all think he thought?
Yeah, but don't come here talking about somebody is your nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's corny.
While the general public thinking that you representing black folks entirely.
He needs to understand. And listen, here's the other thing. Nigerians are gonna say he don't represent them either. So
right. They're gonna be like,
you know what I'm saying? You know how Nigerians are. They're not gonna, if you was born here or if you was born in New Zealand somewhere, they're not letting you rep them. That's out.
Ooh, the fact that he's not in school,
exactly.
Parents off.
Yeah, Nigerians about that education.
That bread in the back end, so it's all good.
My thing about it is that other cultures like the LGBTQ and the Jewish community, they don't even have to have these kind of conversations about who should be using their words. If you use their pejoratives, you get canceled off top without discussion.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like, oh, well, honestly, it's just a word, and other people should be able to say what they want to. Okay, cool. So if that's how you feel, I should be able to get to say what I want to. I should be able to use certain pejoratives.
That's why I always tell these people. I said, if you wouldn't say nothing like this to a Jewish person, don't ever fix your mouth to say something like that to me.
Right. I'm like, how
they try to say black people are racist. I said, go. I guarantee you would never call a Jewish person a Nazi a day in your life.
Never.
You say something like that, boy, you already know you done.
You canceled. That's the end of you.
And it's funny because you can say, like, even the Boondocks did an episode about it. You can say nigga on TV, but you can't say other words on TV. You can't use the pejorative for LGBTQ. You can't use the pejorative for a Jewish person. So, and I'm not saying it because they're gonna like demonetize the video and everything. You say that, but yeah, no, you can use those. You can't use those words on TV, but you can say nigga all day. That's just. But funny.
See, here goes something that I stand by. Crud, excuse me, man, and I'm just gonna be honest, because they be calling me an old school guy, this and that. I don't allow Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, or nothing come around me and call me nigga.
Yeah, that shit corny.
I don't allow them to even speak it. And the reason that I don't is because I have never in my life called one of them any derogatory thing that will go in their culture. Never have. Never. So why would I allow them to come around me and, and it's cool.
See,
and some folks say, they were born.
Now it's like this.
Yeah.
We all share different views on it. But my thing is, okay, if you're clearly a dark Afro Latino or Nigerian, Liberian, whatever, of course you could say the N-word around me or whatever. But if you're saying to me as you're trying to demean me, you know what I'm saying? You make me, if I'm gonna treat you like the same folks. But my thing is like this. I don't allow white people to call me that or even
never.
Not at all.
And that's not even part of the conversation.
Yeah, not saying that I can't be cool with white people or whatever like that, but
Right.
I just feel like white people, they know who to do that type of shit to or say that shit around. You know what I'm saying?
All right, you gonna address it?
Yeah. But
Okay.
hold on. My dude said, Art, what happened to your Twitter, bro? Yeah, my Twitter got took down because I was speaking that truth. As usual. I ain't swear. I ain't do nothing. I sent Beehive the suggested tweet that I feel like was the tweet, but they didn't give me a reason of why my account was deleted. They just said we reviewed it, we reviewed your account, and that's just that.
Basically, that means too many people were bitching and crying. So we're just going to get rid of it because apparently, you're causing the community issues. And I'm like, and that should tell you because there are blatant anti-black pages on there that are reported by absolutely nobody. And then it's funny when I see black accounts slap hands with them, like, yeah, you guys got him. I'm like, are y'all fucking serious?
Yeah,
Seriously, like I seen that shit.
Y'all are
today when I made that new Twitter account.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Y'all go subscribe to my new Twitter account, Artman Boxing, with 2 X's instead of an O.
I'm just like, y'all are fucking pathetic, bro. Like y'all are garbage. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
And here's the worst part of it, man. And I go back to whenever people was talking about, and Jason, you right. Whenever people start talking about, licensing and stuff like that, the reason I bring that up is because throughout my entire life, man, I've seen this. I have seen where people that look like us look at one another and immediate jealousy or envy come over them. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, and this guy may say something to you because he watched your show, but just like when someone spoke so highly of Max and what he was doing, right? But then the black guy come up, it wasn't those same encouraging words. They weren't so positive. The black guy didn't have the same bright future that they said Max had. You see what I'm saying? And my thing throughout it is this, man. Like, even when I've been in the sports field, talking any kind of sports, boxing, baseball, football, everything, right? Those guys can come and talk it and know 20 times less than you. And they'll look at him and say, oh, man, he can be a sportscaster. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sick of it, man. And it's coon stuff. I don't care what you do in your outside life. I don't care how much money you got in your account. You're a coon. You're a bona fide coon. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. I don't care what you got.
And these are just the facts. But you see, you can't be out here, talking like, if you say my name, hold on, let me get him. If you say my name, well, I'm not like all that nonsense. Like, just sit the fuck down and go do something productive. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, nobody cares, bro. You're not gonna do anything. Yeah. Like, it's just all that poking your chest out and all that nonsense. I'm like, again, Twitter is not a real place. Shut up.
No, it's not.
Shut up. Twitter is not a real place. Talking about, oh, you got how like when I first hopped on all that bullshit and I heard, yeah, what you got to say now that you're in my face? I'm like, wow, so you really think this is a real place?
I seen a guy send out a tweet. I seen a guy send out a tweet, and he had a picture that was supposed to have been Beehive, and he was talking about showing it in some sense like Art Man was the one that got out, and that Beehive was there crying, and I was like, what? And I know that I sent a tweet when the guy was almost talking like he was giving a eulogy to Art Man. I said, he'll be back. It's just Twitter. You get what I'm saying?
And like, you know what's hilarious?
That's crazy, man.
And you know what's hilarious? None of these people tag me. I don't even know what you're talking about until you just told me. None of these people tag me at all. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all be talking about who's pussy, who's this, who's that. Y'all be having whole conversations about me and don't even tag me. I'm like, how about you tag a player so I can get mine in.
Look at the chat, Beehive.
Oh, what's up? Oh, I don't know who this dude is. I'm like, he over here listening to me talk. I don't know what this is.
I think I know who it is. Look at the language, Beehive.
Who is that? A bunch of people say that. It's not original.
Oh, okay. I feel like that's a specific person.
Oh shit.
But,
Okay, I don't know. It's because I don't
but he
care.
said Mighty Max earned some respect from me because he didn't clown Art Man when his account got
And
deleted.
see,
He also
Giovanni,
promoted his
but
account.
hold on. Let me say something to Giovanni. See, Giovanni is the type, not saying that you did it intentionally, but you taking what I say totally out of context. I only use Mac's name as a
Oh shit.
I only use Mac's name as a a barometer just to show what happened. That's what I said it for. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't anything malicious against Max. Max just happened to be a white gentleman who someone told that they were going to have a bright future, but yet another black kid around the same age didn't get that same love, and he didn't get told the same thing from a black guy. And that's what I was saying, that they'll give love and respect to other races, but their own people, they don't share the same love. So that's what I said.
It's coming. They come at you on some tough talk.
Exactly. They come at you tough talk, like we already done talked about this guy several times. We have to go check in when we come to Minneapolis, or when we go to Houston, we go to Dallas, we go to DC, LA, we got to go and check in. But Max and all them guys, they could come in free reign. So you know what I mean?
And my biggest thing, my biggest thing about it is, especially when it comes to these weirdos, I'm like, okay, that's cool. You don't like somebody. Congratulations. Why do you make an effort to be around them all the time? Like, Julius, the information you just gave me, I've never seen this photo. I've never seen the post because nobody tags me.
Hey,
I'm like,
if y'all know something crazy too, Dion? Not to cut you off, but the same people that will say, "Oh yeah, I'm glad Art Man's gone. Fuck him, good riddance." If I make this new count, these niggas start rushing to follow my ass.
Right. It's creepy. And my thing is, like I was saying, if you really don't like somebody, stay the fuck away from them.
Stay away
like
from
me,
them. That's what I do.
Me, I unfollow, I mute, I block. You don't see me going and bothering the same accounts every day in my life. I don't like you. I don't want you around me.
Why would I keep talking about you? Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna retweet you. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna like I don't understand. Just stay away. Like it's fucking weird, and it's funny because I follow like 500 or some people, and they call me a dick rider because I follow this one particular person. But I'm like, bro, all your favorite accounts that are known in the boxing community now got it from somebody else. Like they got it from a channel that actually is worth some shit. And Julius did Max. What about it?
See, there you go. See what I'm saying? Now he can come on if he want to, but see, this is the kind of crap I'm talking about. If Max want to come on and see what was said about him, which was nothing, totally nothing, come on and hear what was said. Or if you want me to repeat it, I will.
Yeah,
just say in the text, repeat it, and I'll say exactly what I said. Well, I'll go ahead and repeat it for you.
Oh, he dropped the link. It's all good.
Yeah, he dropped the link.
Max, we didn't say nothing crazy.
So he can come on here.
Yeah, right. Well, like I said, we didn't bring him up, but the thing is, when someone gets brought up,
he's confused. Yeah, see, somebody.
Look, Max, you can go back and watch the whole playback. We ain't say nothing crazy about you, bro.
Yeah, but my thing is about that because people like inbox me stuff. Like Julius just told me stuff about people talking crazy. We didn't say anything derogatory, but the thing is, even if we did, what would be the consequences?
Nothing.
It's exactly. It's the internet. Like every single day, I get told something new about. Oh, they said this about you. They said that about you. Do you think I'm going to those people's channels and hunting them down and going? No, I don't care. You sitting at home thinking about me while I'm over here cooking steak and chopping up game with my niggas. Yeah. Like I do not care. Like I get inboxed every fucking day. Hey, they're talking about you over here. Oh, they clowning you over here. They clowning you over here. And I'm like, good. Let this shit happen. I don't care. like the fact that you're spending legitimate time like on me, I don't care. I don't like I said, I have no desire to be famous. Like I said,
you know what I noticed, D-Hype too?
All the niggas. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
You can get a little buzz by coming at Art Man.
Yeah.
Well, what's cracking, Midwest? But my thing is, the people in the chat that's going back and report inboxing and reporting people, When we talk about professional fighters, go tell them we're talking about them. Get us some people. Get us some people with some clout and some influence. Stop sending the regulars over here. Give us, like, when we talk about Devin Haney, inbox him. When we talk about
inbox Bill Haney, inbox James Prince, who's in the boxing game. Tell him that, hey, Jay Prince, it's some guys over here calling you a coon. Please come rush over there and make them check in.
Right.
That's the kind of stuff need to be said.
Yeah, go inbox some big ass people. Stop sending us these regular ass civilians that, like, what, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing is gonna happen. Go inbox some people with clout. Like, hey, I was talking shit about Danny Jacobs. Tell Miracle Man I'm talking shit.
Right. Tell the Miracle Man we saying go and retire.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
My dude Straight Combo says, salute Art Man. My bad, King. Been working, keeping up with you. Been grinding. You know who we are? We're fucking boxing fans with a fucking microphone.
Right.
Because every sport fans have fucking fans. That's, you know what the craziest shit that some people be saying about these football players and shit like that while they're not playing or whatever. Dude, man, you give them a microphone, you'll hear all types of shit. So why are y'all so concerned on what the hell we saying?
Hey, and here go the crazy part. You would hear all type of racist stuff, violent talk, everything. But let me tell you something that's funny, man. So this kind of tripped me out. So I don't know why, because I don't even follow this person, but yet it came on my line. And it was a picture of Art Man with the Proud Boys and other you know what I'm saying, build the wall people. You know, a picture of Art Man in there with Proud Boys and guys that got arrested during the Trump rally at the nation capital and stuff.
And it's hilarious because the actual leader of the Proud Boys is Hispanic.
Right. Right.
And
I don't know if you've seen that, Art, but you know, you can pretty much guess who got that on you, and you can go view that.
Yeah, man. Like, it's just y'all need something else to do. Like, I like, we're just regular people fucking talking boxing, and well, those two aren't polarizing. I mean, like, Iron Man got polarizing because people don't like him, but the other two, they dropped the standard controversial one-liners like a lot of other accounts. It's not like you want to talk about a dick rider. That third name literally just goes around in everybody's spaces, always talking. Like, I swear, I hope he goes to college at some point and has some more time on his hands, because, yeah, that motherfucker. Like, whenever
you see the private chat,
like whenever Tevin Farmer has a fucking. Oh, right. Yeah. That again, like I said, that dude is a fucking weirdo. He probably, based on his demographics, like I said, he reminds me of probably every guy that's ever changed my fucking tires. And he talks all that crap. No, it's true. And then
gotcha.
He can go ahead and call people crack babies and all that stuff. But when I said he was raising some future fucking toilet scrubbers, which he is, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, how could you possibly, man? Fuck you.
Right.
Like, nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares, bro. Like, just move along.
Right.
Well, no, YouTube boxing world is actually cool, and it's actually fun because you could have legitimate discourse, because it's just weird how bipolar people are. When they come up here, for the most part, except maybe one person, there's mutual respect. But then they'll get on Twitter and talk some more shit. I'm like, wait, what? Like, when you were on the stream, you said I was cool, but now I'm all these bitches and shit. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird.
You know, during the Wilder Fury thing, and they noticed that fucking Bomb Squad was fucking with me. All these dudes that you be seeing now, ha and he, they was digging Art Man. They had me on the top number one pound for pound list of boxing Twitter.
But you
now
know
that's over and they say I'm still moving my thing. They like, oh, okay, now it's time to hate this dude.
And look, and we've talked about it before, Art Man, about when these guys be starting this the pound for pound, you know, Twitter boxing, this and that. The majority of the people they be having up there, and I'm not being funny, man, I've never heard a boxing take from any of them.
None. Don't
like, I don't even know if they know anything about boxing.
Don't
you
say
know,
any
they
names,
got slick little names, but they don't be knowing boxing.
Yeah, don't say any names, but none. All they do is retweet shit other people said.
Say, and then
Oh
check this
my
out. Look,
god.
I done told the dude, and I told the dude, I was like, all right, check this out. I said I should be top pound for pound #1 contender. I mean, champion of the year because I was able to create a situation where I started fucking Twitter, and then I put myself in a position where I was able to make money off of Twitter and my talent.
Right.
And I used that money, some of the money, to buy the tickets to the fight, you know what I'm saying? Push the fight, went to the fight, invested on the guy I've been pumping up for the last fucking how many months? And then still doing my thing, got my channel popping into 1,000, my Art Man Apparel still doing numbers. I'm like, dude, I should be #1, right? If we talking about that. They're like, oh, no, that's not enough because you ain't posted this fine ass picture today. Like, oh, girl. I ain't gonna say two names, but you know what I'm talking about.
It's just weird all the energy that's being invested in situations like this, and there's absolutely no benefit. There is none. The only people that are able to successfully monetize their situation, you're trying to target and remove. I'm like, invest this energy into yourselves, into your family. I only started to do this because, you know, talking boxing with some other black people is fun. All this pretend beef shit. Oh, come see me. You ain't gonna do, man. Fuck
Yeah, that's
you,
crazy.
fuck you and your favorite fighter, because they don't give a shit. Your favorite fighter doesn't care about you. They don't know you exist. Nobody cares. And you retweeting or typing fucking witty or controversial one-liners about boxing is not going to get you closer to a YouTube channel. It's not going to get you closer to a fucking network deal. You're still going to be that dude going to a fucking regular job, and the apotheosis of your existence will be because I had some Twitter clout one time. And that's what I mean. That's what I be talking about. I'm like, bro, when it's time for y'all to die, is your headstone really gonna say was involved in a Twitter beef? That's all you got?
Hey,
literally.
You're fucking
Jason,
like a
Jason,
janitor at a high school. And, oh, go ahead.
No, I just said facts to Jason. Reading in the chat what he said.
Oh,
He was
yeah,
talking about you, man.
No, I decided to my man. I don't know that nigga. But yeah, no, it's just like you motherfuckers will be a goddamn security guard at the mall and on Twitter all goddamn day talking about yeah. It's like, dude, log off. Motherfuckers be talking shit. Then every other post will be some depression shit, or they got a GoFundMe up. Or I'm like, bro, log off of Twitter and go make some bread. Stop worried about what the fuck other niggas are doing and go save your people. Get a fucking job and go make some money to save whoever it is needs saving. You gonna fucking talk shit,
look,
but then you asking niggas for money. Man,
the only thing that pissed me off about the Twitter thing wasn't like, oh, I'm losing my clout and my follower. No, the only thing I'm thinking about is motherfucking all these potential customers. That's what I be thinking when I'm on Twitter, because I look at my analytics on my store, and I posted. I said it says about 70% of my revenue comes from Twitter. So I was like, oh shit, I need.
That's why they hit your Twitter.
Right.
Yeah. That's why they hit your Twitter, and that's why it makes me so sick, because I hate most of these people, but I've never told people to stop buying their products. I've never said boycott this, don't listen to that. I hate this, I hate that. I just keep it to myself. I block, I mute, I unfollow, and I move on. I don't try to wage some fucking weirdo campaign talking about, oh my God, all these accusations. Each and every one of the people that we're going over, they've said horrendous shit. They've done horrendous shit. Some of them even have federal prison sentences that they're coming off of. Do you think I even mention any of that? Nah, move on. Like it's just weird, bro. And like I said, motherfuckers that's coming at me, bro, take my Twitter. I really don't care. I made this shit 2 years ago, didn't use it for 2 years. I could lose this shit tomorrow and be straight. Please take my Twitter. Please go ahead. Like it's meaningless to me. I don't make any cash off it.
You know, you telling the truth, man. And I sit up here and I know that some of them it's the highlight of their day to go and do something.
When I was tripping at
but
work.
it's, huh?
Oh, that
No,
our
go
man
ahead.
didn't mute.
Oh, okay. But it's just so crazy, man, to be sitting up, smiling and laughing. And if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. And don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna never act like I haven't had a major issue with a black guy before. But on Twitter, I don't, because like D-Hive say, I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna block you, whatever. But it was a funny story. So yesterday, you know, I mean, some of you, D-Hive know. I don't know if you know too much about it, Art Man, but I be doing, you know, the basketball thing, baseball, all that, right?
Right. Hey, Julian's an expert
NFL.
on that shit, y'all.
And so,
Yeah.
and so yesterday I went to a game, right? And someone that be doing the you know, that be up on the Twitter, you know what I'm saying? They be on it heavy, you know what I mean? Strong on it. I was sitting right behind them doing the game. Right behind them. Like literally sat right behind them. I was one chair behind them at this game. And we end up talking, but that's just let you know, man, that, you know, because I ain't on no kind of crazy stuff, and they weren't either. But I'm just letting you know that these people out here are crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're crazy, and you don't know these people. Like, people approach Art Man or somebody like that because they might see he got glasses on, anything, and think, oh, I can do this or say that, and then get before them. They ain't gonna say nothing. Or get before them and get yourself hurt. That's why I just look at it.
That's exactly what I be saying. I be like,
Yeah,
dude,
man.
don't let the glasses fool you.
Yeah. Like,
Right. Like
just
me,
talk boxing. If most of them would talk boxing, they wouldn't even be on Twitter, because guess what? Nobody would talk to them because they wouldn't know nothing.
right.
A lot of these guys know nothing about boxing, and not just, you know, any sport. They don't know boxing because they up here trying to be boxing. But boxing Twitter is just like boxing media. It gives normal everyday folks a opportunity, because boxing doesn't market and do all that stuff. They just allow people in the game that don't know nothing. Like, let's be honest, Dan Raphael don't know nothing about boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he had the complexion to make it.
But he
And
can
I'm
tell
just
you about
saying,
all
man,
the year 2000 snacks.
yeah, that's all he do. You know what I'm saying? But just crazy, man.
And with me, I'm the exact opposite. I don't scream and yell over the internet because I can't, like, if I do that, all I'm gonna do is raise my blood pressure and nothing's gonna happen. But in real life, don't let the soft voice fool you. Many a motherfucker in my life have thought shit was sweet until it wasn't. And the next thing you know, we're talking about police and you going to jail and blah, 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 blah. I remember every single time somebody called the cops on me. It was always over some bullshit. It was some dumbass running their mouth, thought some shit was sweet. They found out it wasn't. And now that I'm grown and my record is clean and I can carry a pistol, I'm telling y'all,
Y'all just be safe out here.
Like,
but let's talk about how, let's talk
y'all
about it though. Canelo fans, they made Charlo versus Canelo a bigger fight because y'all keep on circulating this guy's mugshot, and all the people who don't even know this guy, they're like, who is this guy? Charlo, Canelo. Oh yeah,
Hey,
good guy, bad guy.
Art Man,
Make it happen.
Art Man, can I answer the question from Jovi Boxing before we start on that?
Wait, which
Go ahead.
question?
He asked about MVO boxing, and I'm gonna say this.
Oh, he's cool.
Uncensored.
Yeah, he cool.
He a cool guy, but I don't you know, do the, you know what I'm saying, the Wendy Williams type thing. But you know what I'm saying, that's what he do. Other than that, I ain't got no problem with the guy. All right, you go ahead. Go ahead with Charlo now.
Okay, but yeah, the Charlo versus Canelo news, man. I feel like man, y'all circulating his mugshot, tagging all the black people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all making it seem like they got an up and coming fight. So I'm like, dude, Canelo, you'd be a fool not to pick up this fight right now.
Absolutely.
Didn't Canelo murder somebody before Mayweather?
But nigga, you can make more than that.
Javier Jorge, right? Javier Jorge is the guy you're talking about, D-Hive. He was a good fighter, but let me tell you something about Javier Jorge. And you can look up his list. I mean, look up his box record, whatever. I seen the guy fight probably 30 times. But Javier Hargi reminded me a lot of Orlando Salido. He was a hard Mexican. You know what I'm saying? He won fights he shouldn't have won. He lost fights, and he was just a hard-nosed fighter. But let me say this about Javier. He was a featherweight, junior lightweight, and lightweight. He should have never been sparring and getting in the ring with Canelo. And Canelo know that man was too small to be getting in the ring with him. And I seen the guy get in, I'm talking about wars, man. He fought Levander Johnson, and in that fight, they both hit each other almost combined almost 1,000 times. And I believe he stopped Levander in that fight. But I'm just telling you, man, the guy was almost brain dead while he was fighting.
I thought the dude, I thought the dude that that he killed last name was Solis, and he was like 100.
No. Solis, Canelo beat him up because he slept with his girlfriend.
Oh, but did that dude die or did he live?
No, Javier Hargi is the guy that died.
Okay.
Solis was a fighter that was get this, man. Canelo beat the man up. This ain't me making this up before all the Mexican fans jump on me for a second. This is public record. You know, Canelo even caught a charge behind it. Paid a fine. Okay. He paid this man off to get this story out of here. Solis was a 108-pound former world champion, fought for the title at 112, had sex with Canelo's girlfriend. I don't know if it was the woman that was his wife. Canelo caught the little guy out there. The guy 5'2", 5'3", 108 pounds. I'm not making this up. This is public record now. Now, I've seen the guy fight before. So I could say, oh, I seen the guy fight, but that wouldn't be good enough. It's public record how tall he is. And we know for a fact he fought at 108 pounds. Canelo broke his jaw, beat the man down because the man slept with his girlfriend. People say that he flirted, but Canelo did it because the other reports say that he had relations with Canelo's girlfriend.
Hey, props
he
to
had
Canelo.
To get that man $6 million.
There you go.
That's the number I read.
Think about it. Canelo 154 pounds. You beating a man that's 110 pounds. That's like beating a child.
I mean, you supposed to whoop ass, but we got to keep it real. Canelo's out in these streets hurting people, y'all. He's out in these streets killing
that's
people.
What I'm trying to figure out from Canelo fans because they over here saying, "Yeah, you see, Charlo's such a thug, Negro. Look at him beating up his own family, nigga. That dude was a small man.
He could have murdered that dude.
But let's keep it real. Y'all gotta stop acting like the damn moral police. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just annoying. When black people do something, it's, oh my God, call the FBI. Canelo and Kovalev literally murdered people in the ring. Oh, well, it's boxing. Like, what?
Yeah, stuff happens,
Wilder just said he wanted to murder somebody, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, that killer, we got to get him out of here.
Kovalev beat that woman up and broke her neck, remember?
Yeah.
Kovalev beat that woman up and broke a bone in her neck.
He almost killed her, but he's actually killed another human being. Like, motherfuckers are out here on the streets catching bodies in the ring and outside the ring, and you want to talk, oh, well, Wilder said this, so it scared the shit out of me.
But I want to talk about this. Now, I know everybody or a lot of people, we've had an issue with, a guy went on your girl or something like that. But how do you allow a 5'2", 110-pound guy that was an unknown boxer to the diehards, right? How he knock your girl off?
I mean, come on, man. He's the guy who ordered the first witness protection belt in history. He ain't too secure on the manhood side of the game. So you letting a 108 pounder clap your woman's cheeks? Yeah. If anybody should have got killed, it should have been him. Like, you over here killing farm partners. If anybody should have got murdered, it's that dude right there.
Well,
so that's backwards.
Well, let me say this. He tried to kill him. He just not, you know what I'm saying? He broke his jaw in a couple different places.
Yeah, they said not only did he punch him in the face. It's like they say he hit him with the body shots too. All that.
Yeah,
he
he
hit
was
him with the
trying to
whole
kill him.
combination. You know, Canelo's a little faster back then too. So.
Yeah, he hit him with that 6-piece and biscuits that he knocked out Josecito Lopez with. He said,
well, exactly. I seen that shit. I was like, ooh, damn.
Yeah, that's my favorite Canelo. That's my favorite Canelo knockout when he like machine gun punch Josecito Lopez.
A nice setup. Like he hit him up top to the body.
Oh my god, that shit! When I first saw that shit had me laughing. I was like, bro, this nigga looked like on some Cartoon Network type shit. He was like, blah. I was like, what the fuck? You're not supposed to be able to punch nobody that fast. Yeah, 88 Sports Talk. Sergey Kovalev is a convicted felon in the United States, but all they could talk about is Tank, who's currently been convicted of nothing. Ain't that a bitch? I remember this one guy was going back and forth with me on Twitter. He's like, has Sergey Kovalev ever been convicted? I said, yes. Show me proof. I literally showed him the court records where he was sentenced to probation and community service. Oh, well, he didn't go to jail for it. I'm like, yeah, it's because he had a good attorney, but his conviction stands. He's a convicted felon.
And the thing is not only did he punch that woman, now here's the worst part. He punched the woman. To me, this is almost a form of rape, but I'm gonna keep it. I don't want to get the network flag, so I'm not saying there's anything, okay, other than assault and battery. But it was because the lady, this public records, and the lady said this out of her mouth in several interviews, okay? She said that she didn't take to his advances, and Sergey punched her out and then kicked the dog.
Yeah, I believe
he not only beat her, he beat the dog too.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, y'all remember Kubrat Pulev, that interviewer wasn't taking his advances. He grabbed her by the neck and started kissing her.
Yeah.
But people
although Pulev situation was a little bit different because, I mean, have you seen that full video?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, all right. I ain't gonna go too deep into it because there'll be sensitive moments, but I don't know how much of a victim she was in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying now, but the fact of the matter is that they were live on camera.
I got you.
You know, she was trying to conduct the interview, and he over here trying to be like, "Oh, come here, baby," and she's like, "Whoa, hold on, man. Damn." Shit.
And the thing is, and she partied with them too after that interview.
Right, but the thing is too, she probably didn't want to be put out there because she might be married. But you know, when you a celebrity, you a pro boxer, you a millionaire, that marriage shit don't matter. These hoes don't care. They're like, you know, they be out in the club.
Yeah,
that's why our man was laughing at me when I was like, you know, like Corrales and Verdejo and Benavidez, they out here cheating on their wife because they probably are.
Yeah,
mother's getting money. That's how it is.
How about Manny Pacquiao? He had his girlfriend on one side.
On his wife,
huh?
Diego Corrales cheated on his wife.
I don't have no proof. I'm talking shit.
Diego Corrales, I don't know if he cheated on his wife. I'll put it to you like that.
Okay.
But I know that leading up to the Mayweather fight, his relationships kind of crossed because his girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, a wife or whatever, he had been in a situation with her, and then his wife was to the fight. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, I don't know. Diego dead, man. Rest in peace. But look, the situation with Manny Pacquiao had his girlfriend on one side of the ring, and he had his wife on the other side of the ring.
Damn, I don't even remember that. Was the girlfriend better looking?
But look, man, we could even go back to Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali had what's a Layla mother come to the fight or what have you, or come to his dressing room or something, and his wife, you know what I'm saying, he ended up leaving. But anyway, man, look, man, there's a lot of griminess and stuff that went on with guys, man.
Yeah, don't do Ali like that. All I'm saying is,
so don't do Ali like that.
All I'm gonna say is that rich, wealthy resource men are supposed to have some hoes. That's all I'm saying. And the thing is, too, these women, because you know every woman thinks they deserve the best of everything, they're willing to share men. So it's like, fuck it. You know, that's how the world used to be. If they're willing to share, it don't fucking matter. Like someone asked me on Twitter, Aaron Rand put up that post, like, do you think that Canelo smashed other hoes? Of course. He made like what 350 million in the last 5 years. He better be smashing hoes. That's how it works. That was what you're supposed to do.
And Jason, you right. That's what happened in that Plulev situation too. This lady was embarrassed about Plulev had been knocking her down. And so when he did the worst thing he could have did was kissed her, because then he opened himself up to, all type of those alphabet people's getting involved. You know what I'm saying? Because
and probably because she was married already. So
and then she was married, and like I said,
like, hey,
after, and they put the video out of her after that interview partying and just going crazy, grinding and twerking on people and stuff like that, man. And look, if I was sitting there watching my wife get kissed and twerking and stuff like that on guys afterwards, I mean, she ain't gotta say no situation happened and he did this, because I ain't gonna believe it. But I mean, of course, you're not supposed to say that it didn't happen. But I would have said it if that was me. I'm just saying, if I was the husband of that woman.
What was her name? Sushi something.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. I know she was
the one that on Top Rank.
Yeah, she was on with Top Rank.
On Top Rank.
Yeah, she's not with Top Rank no more though, because she ended up suing and everybody involved, gave her a little bag. You know what I'm saying? And then that was it. You know what I'm saying?
Jenny Ravallo? Is that her
something
name?
like that. Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to see what she looked like, see if she worked all this shenanigans.
It's
not to me.
It's like rest in peace to John Witherspoon. He was like, Smokey, every time you come around, you always got some shit going on. That's Top Rank. Top Rank always got some shit going on over there.
Yeah.
Literally, like whenever you think about some crazy shit going on in boxing, it's always under the umbrella of Top Rank
or Golden Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what's going on. She's a little Asian Barbie doll with some fake teeth. Okay, I see what's cracking.
Yeah,
would I get in trouble over it? Like, as old as she is, probably not. But I see why he smashed though. Because I mean, come on, what kind of pussy Pulev ass getting? He ain't getting nothing good.
Now in his country, he would, because he got a little money over there.
Oh, the best that Ukraine has to offer.
Ukraine.
Yeah, this is whack as hell.
Hey, Art, man, I want to hear, what I'm saying, y'all answer this question for me. I had brought it up the other day. How do y'all feel about Eddie Hearn saying that he had just made an offer a couple days ago, and Devin been running around saying that it was an offer made months ago? So clearly Eddie Hearn hasn't been doing his job. But what y'all think, man?
I personally, I know Eddie Hearn is full of shit. And I think that at this point, all the money that he said that's available, he talking about 85 million for Canelo. He talking about he got 31.5 available for Fury White, even though that fight ain't even close to worth any of the shit it's getting. So yeah, I think at this point, Eddie Hearn is too busy trying to lure Canelo back to the network to bail it out and test his pay-per-view model and working on building so many other things, because they're getting ready to transition to a pay-per-view model. And I think he's putting Devin Haney to the side at this point. So, like I said, since Kambosos is not a thing, they've already bullshitted and moved on, because they didn't have any intention to fight Devin Haney from the get-go. Because I still hold that. I still think that the whole plan was Kambosos versus Lomachenko in the United States. I always thought that was what was going to end up happening. But I knew off top that DeBella and them didn't plan on giving Kambosos over to Haney, because they didn't see a path to victory. So yeah, I think Haney should go ahead and drop the belt, move up to 140, and take DHP on a solo tour, and see what they can get.
What you think, Art?
Oh, Art over there moving around.
Art, how about you, Crowd?
For what?
We were saying about Devin Haney been led to believe that Eddie Hearn was making had made an offer like months ago, and come to find out, Eddie Hearn said he just made his first offer like days ago. And I was saying that clearly Eddie had lied to him. What do you think Devin Haney should do?
Oh, for the Kambosos fight?
Just in general, moving forward.
Man, hold on.
yeah.
My thing is this. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna keep it 100. Them pale faces got Devin Haney fucked up. All of them. All of them. Because I have a feeling that they're really all in cahoots to make another situation go on. Because if he used to fight Ryan Garcia, what network you think he gonna be fighting him on?
DAZN.
That's the
DAZN.
zone. Yeah.
These motherfuckers know what time it is. They know to go versus Ryan Garcia is on DAZN. Kambosos versus anybody that's not Devin Haney is gonna be on DAZN. And then they're gonna link up and fight where? On DAZN.
On DAZN. In America. In America. Because it's not going to be in Australia.
Nobody gives a fuck about Australia.
He might fight the local bum in Australia next.
Right, but not Ryan
And then
Garcia.
he's gonna be like, I told you I wanted to defend my title in Australia. Now I get to fight back in America.
I can't wait to see those fucking numbers talking about, everyone's talking about, Kambosos is the draw. He's the A side. Okay, cool. When he goes to Australia and fights a fucking bartender, I cannot wait to see the fucking numbers. And y'all better have them too.
Straight 8. You said the Ugas Spence fight. I can see this playing out just really one way. I don't see it playing out more than this. Well, I'll give you two scenarios. I see Spence gonna beat Ugas with the jab. That's number one. He gonna beat him with the jab. Ugas is going to ball up and allow Spence to beat him to the body and on his arms and try to catch it on his elbows. And every once in a while, he's gonna try to explode as Spence is punching. But they're gonna wear him down, and he's gonna lose a 12-round unanimous decision, like 119, 109, something like that. He might even floor Ugas. The only other thing I can see is if Ugas really is not content with losing a decision and Ugas gets stopped. I think Spence too good for him. That's my prediction, straight 8.
And I hope that Spence whoops his ass for Ugas talking that shit, talking about, now that Gary Russell's gotten the WBC title, will be more active. Nigga, shut up. Didn't know what.
Yeah.
Nobody was talking about you until you got lucky and got the Pacquiao fight. If Spence hadn't got injured, nobody would even be talking about your dumb.
They wouldn't have been talking about him, and he wouldn't even have a belt
over here
because they were more than willing to strip him to allow Manny Pacquiao to fight Errol Spence. But
exactly over here, and people and motherfuckers got such short memories. He was over here crying for weeks on Twitter, talking about, please don't make me have to fight Stan Jonas, please, man. I'm getting old. I'm Cuba's in communist hands all my life. I had to fight looking ass.
Yeah,
over here fucking crying.
Now my thing about that is, and I believe Ugas is a person that believes and loves his country. But why every time when something going on here, he bring up Cuba? Now,
he's dumb.
I mean, because now, and I heard people say that, but I ain't saying Cuba is terrible. What happened, but that ain't got nothing to do with the WBA. Nothing.
Yeah, he's just finding an excuse.
The people that run the WBA are Venezuelan. So
absolutely.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. But yeah, he was just crying and was fucked. And why I'm extra mad,
Lord, please, I've been fighting all my life.
Right.
Right. Days.
And what made me so mad about him turning on Gary Russell was I was a Ugas defender. I was like, hell no, this is racist. They're trying to get him knocked off. So Stan Jonas to boot. I was talking defending Ugas.
That just show you the loyalty that FBA be having just for the cause. But other groups don't be seeing that shit. I'm telling you, bro.
Right.
We was sticking out for we was just sticking out saying, yeah, hell yeah, that whole stenosis shit is bullshit.
Right.
Bullshit.
Should have let him get fed to his ass now.
That.
Yeah,
if you felt that way, you could have just kept it to yourself.
Now the title will be more active. What the fuck you care what happens at 126? You got one
unless you going down there.
Right, yeah. What the hell are you even talking about it for? Like, just, man. And that's why I got mad, because it made me look stupid.
Boxers they pretend to be boxing fans, but nigga, how the hell you keeping up with the sport when your ass gotta worry about your own situation, not the next
Literally.
man?
I'm like, bro, people
We
fucking
fans on the outside.
yeah. I'm like, bro, people fucking wrote your ass off after you took 2 years off with no belt. Spence get hurt, you get lucky and get some shine, and now you think you that guy. Man, you a placeholder. You better shut your dumb ass
And
up. And after you lose, if you ain't fighting Stanionis or Boots or some shit, get
or
out my
move
face.
up to 54, nobody want to see you.
Hell no,
And,
he better not
and,
go up to 54. He's gonna get
and
destroyed
Abel Ramos had him on skates in that last fight too.
twice.
Yeah,
Once in the third and once in the 12th. And that's why.
absolutely.
And Goosen was talking shit too. Goosen was like, "See, that's why you can't get lazy in the 12th round because Abel Ramos cracked his ass and he was on stutter mode."
And I think he won that fight by majority decision.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, speaking of that right there, Jason, we should talk about something, Art Man, me and you was talking about on Friday afternoon. The Peter Quillen and J-Rock conversation.
Oh Lord.
Oh, that was on fire. That conversation was fire. So y'all know that Peter Quillen, Kid Chocolate, in every post, he always talk about his him being Cuban, and he always talk about his heritage, his father being Cuban, and how proud he is, and how he represent the Cuban people, right? In every fight, just every situation. Well, J-Rock, Julian Williams, if for some of the people in the poll, they don't know his name. So J-Rock said, well, how about your beautiful black American mother? When are you going to talk about her? And
Oh shit.
and Peter Quillen started talking about Jesus. And then he said, no, we ain't talking religion. We want to hear about your beautiful black mother that's from America. So he shamed Kid Chocolate into posting a picture of his mother and sister. Get this, y'all, from the south side of Chicago.
Damn.
What?
The south side of Chicago. Kid Chocolate. This is information I didn't even know. Kid Chocolate mother and sister are black Americans from the south side of Chicago. And he said, why are you so proud of Cuba? And they'll say, I'm not black, I'm Cuban. And your mother and your sisters and your brothers, because come to find out, Kid Chocolate got 6 brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
4 of them from the United States, 1 in Cuba and 1 in Spain, he said. But he said, why are you not also proud of that beautiful black queen from Chicago? Man, J-Rock was on him, man. He was on him. He said, you are like those Dominican. I'm not Dominican. I'm not black. I'm Dominican. I'm not black. I'm Cuban. I'm not black. I'm Puerto Rican. He was like, nah, brother. Nah, I'm going to call you out on this one. He called Kid Chocolate out, man. It was something.
Could I chime in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, like, you guys don't have to believe me, but I actually spoke with Peter Quillen on an Instagram Live like a couple months back.
Mm-hmm.
And like, basically, he was just talking about his career. He was talking about his heritage, and I brought up, like, with the whole racial, demographic double standard in boxing, and he basically brought up, I guess, like, certain times in his career where people would claim him being black on certain occasions when he loses, but then every time when he wins, it's like, they kind of play this, like, little back and forth, racial symbolism of basically trying to disregard he is black. And I basically told him, like, if Hispanics, got behind you more for even, you even saying that, you are Cuban, do you still even take into consideration of, like, the criticism that you do receive even when you do lose? And he basically kind of gave me, like, the same answer that he kind of gave to Julian Williams, like you said. And I found that very surprising because, I'm pretty sure he listens to, like, what we will say about him. But it's like at some point of your life, you have to just understand that, only in the sport of boxing, people try to put you in one, group category, and you have to fight against that. And sadly, this is like the only sport where people have to, play.
It's not the only sport. They do that in baseball too.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm a baseball fanatic, and they do the same thing in the major leagues. When a guy come from Cuba, or they come from Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, and the Black Americans and all that. But let me say something to what Champ Life said. He said Peter Quillen got a trucking company. Tevin Farmer got a trucking company too. That's why they're not boxing anymore. Well, Peter Quillen is also married to a producer from NBC that do the morning show, right?
Damn,
yeah. So
he got
Peter
lazy.
Quillen got a lot going on, and also Tevin Farmer, he got that bag from Eddie Hearn. We didn't start hearing about trucking businesses and any of that, and that's why Lou DiBella deserved credit with Tevin Farmer's career. Tevin Farmer made six figures at least 4 or 5 times in a real short successive time. I think he fought 4 or 5 times in a year, and he fought 4 European scrubs. No disrespect to him. And so that's the truth. So I hear you, Champ Life, but give Lou DiBella some respect with Tevin Farmer, because Tevin Farmer got that bag from dealing with those fights with Eddie Hearn when he won that belt. That's why he wasn't in no hurry to fight Tank Davis and all them guys, because he knew I can beat 3 or 4 of these bums like here. I can beat them real fast. Remember, Tevin Farmer was taking fights on 4 or 5 weeks notice and stuff. I mean, because he knew he wasn't really fighting anybody. Went on, he made the money, and now he got the trucking business. And like I said about Kid Chocolate wife is a producer for the morning show on NBC. So, that's money too, man.
Yeah. But and also Peter Quillen probably stopped boxing because it's like, bro, you got to draw with Angulo. You gonna get your ass whooped. like if he would
today,
like if he would have kept on boxing. I mean, come on, what you think would have happened? I don't even remember Peter Quillen's last fight. Was his last fight Angulo?
It was somebody. It was in Minnesota. I know that.
Yeah, so
hold on.
I think that also plays a role in him not fighting no more. But it is what it is, man. We all know. Yeah, I said draw. He actually lost to Angulo. Yeah, you fuck around and lose to Angulo. That's a wrap on that ass, bro. But yeah, I mean, this is what they think, and I'm pretty sure this is what Ugas thinks. But like our man said, we try to ride.
I'll get it up.
We try to ride for our folks and stuff. Oh, I'm looking up Peter Quillen girl. Oh shit, he got him a little blonde corporate executive. Also, he's straight.
Yeah.
So with those situations, she probably holding all the financials down.
And she had. I think they got 2 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he put that African wood on her, and she like, I pay all the bills.
I was just pointing out the Champ Life just to let him know. Yeah, we know Peter Quillen and Tevin Farmer story, and that's good, man. I like to see him do things outside of the sport, but we also got to know that those things came from the boxing ring. These weren't guys that had this type of and as a matter of fact, I remember watching Tevin Farmer and his wife, as a matter of fact, and Tevin's mother, it was her birthday, and they had took her out to eat dinner, and Tevin had gave her like $10,000 or $15,000 or maybe $20,000 in cash for a birthday. That was a good story, man. So
that's crazy as hell to me. Ain't no way we married and I'm giving you $20,000 for existing. Like we're married.
He gave it to his mother. He
gave
his
it to
mother. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was his mother's birthday, and he gave her $20,000 in cash. And
that's cool.
but yeah, man. Like up until that point that he won that belt, Tevin Farmer hadn't really made much money in boxing. Remember, he had took a fight on the PBC and he beat Red Cash at 135. He made like $60,000-$70,000 for that fight. But it was once he won that title and he got on HBO, he got robbed and he won that title. And from that point on, man, his career took off when he got with Eddie Hearn. So Eddie Hearn did right by that brother, but he didn't get no big fights. He just got a lot. He stayed active fighting, guys that couldn't fight.
Hey, hold on. Back to talk about what's his name, Peter Quillen.
I
was at that last fight
in Minnesota, right?
Angulo.
And I was actually happy. I'm gonna tell you why.
Because
I was sleepy as fuck, and I ended up falling asleep. And when I woke up, they're talking about some type of stoppage. So I was like, okay, good. I'm about to live out.
Yeah, he lost to Angulo by split decision.
Or nothing, but I literally fell asleep watching that shit. I think he fought Caleb Truax. Matter of fact,
the most valid MVO want to come on.
Yeah, he lost to fucking Angulo. It was split decision.
No, it was Angulo. No. That wasn't. No, he fought.
Yeah,
and it was like
that was his last fucking fight. I think that was his last fucking fight. What's up, MVO?
Okay, yo, I got a bone to pick with Julius, man.
Julius. Oh shit, he walked away.
Yeah, where Julius went, man.
Go ahead,
Julius. How can you say that Eddie Hearn and Lou DiBella did right by Tevin Farmer when the amount of money that he earned in 4 fights with them was less than the amount of money he would have got if he would have took the Tank fight?
You gonna let me respond, MVO?
Yes, yeah. I'm asking
okay.
you a question.
Go ahead.
The reason that I said what I said is that he didn't want, in my opinion, and I've said this on this network before. I don't believe Tevin Farmer wanted to fight Tank Davis.
Oh.
That's what I said. He didn't want to fight him. That's my opinion. He didn't want to fight him. And when Eddie Hearn and Lou DiBella came up with a plan for him to take these scrub fights, and let's be honest, they were low-level title fights.
Yeah,
they were title fights.
Billy Dibb and shit.
I think he also beat James Tennyson. I mean, Tevin Farmer was knocking guys out. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, I think that Tevin Farmer loved those type of fights. I think he loved it because he wasn't making great money, but he was making enough money to fight the level of guys. And he was like, man, these are sparring partners. And I'm actually getting paid and staying active. That's why I
don't know how to invest my money.
Exactly.
Instead of getting knocked out for $2 million, I can cruise with this belt.
Exactly.
And so invest in real estate and shit like that. Not saying that I'm Tevin Farmer, but if I was Tevin Farmer, that's the way I would be thinking in that situation. Like, yeah, I collect me a smooth $70,000, $100,000, $200,000 check instead of getting my ass knocked out.
Yo, but Art Man,
right away, and that's just that.
Art Man, you telling me you wouldn't want to be part of a big ass event in Atlanta that's going to be pay-per-view, all the honeys out there, all the eyes of the world is on you?
Yeah, if I was, Art Man boxing doing this shit and my skills was just so damn superior, of course I'll take the Tank fight because I think I can win. But if I was a guy like Tevin Farmer and I know I ain't knocking nobody out, you know what I'm saying? I might not just take that risk. When I could just keep on doubling up and invest into what I got going on.
And and that's what I think he did. I mean,
because the Tank offer was only worth $2 million, right? Was that?
It was like $2 million.
I think collectively between JoJo Diaz and his last 3 fights, he probably came out with a little bit more than that. I could be wrong.
We don't know the numbers, but we just speaking off just opinion and the information that we know now.
Right.
I'm not going to say Tevin Farmer necessarily did not want to fight Tank on a financial situation, but there is some logic behind him wanting to only deal with these certain people because, with Tank, I don't personally see a way forward to victory for Tevin Farmer, and also the likelihood that he would be severely hurt is pretty high. But I think that Hearn and them made a counter though to back to Tank, and then Tank wasn't happy with the counter, so that's when negotiations just fell apart. But I can
Yeah,
be
but
wrong.
look how Farmer got screwed out of his rematch clause with
Oh,
Jojo
definitely.
Diaz.
Yeah,
Like, come on, man. So to me,
yeah.
I think Lou DiBella and Eddie Hearn dropped the ball with that.
Hey,
You saw
MVO, let me say
what
this.
happened when you have somebody like Wilder who has a real team behind them that went to the fucking ends of the earth to make sure that man had his rematch clause enforced. Why didn't they do the same thing with Tevin Farmer?
Well, they doing the same thing to Devin Haney. And I will never speak that I said in that situation with those particular fights, because they definitely screwed Farmer out of his rematch. And on top of that, they pretty much dropped him because he hasn't fought since.
right.
So yes, they are, and I think they're doing the same thing to Devin Haney. I think that they are in cahoots because Lou DiBella don't have a deal with nobody. So anytime he get a little leverage, he gonna play that thing. And I believe that Eddie Hearn is a snake. I'm not saying that all promoters ain't snakes, but I think he is. And the next time I see him make a big fight for a Black American fighter would be the first time, because that situation
Okay,
with
somebody
Jacobs,
try to argue me down about that right there. What you just said.
the Black American, they're gonna say
They said
the only
Danny
thing they can say is Danny
and
Jacobs.
Canelo.
And that was facilitated also with the help of with Al Heyman. But
Midwest
no,
wants
I don't
some,
trust
our
them
man.
guys.
Midwest trying to get in, our man. There you go.
Go ahead.
Are you there?
Oh, my bad. I didn't even know I was in the show. My bad.
Okay.
This is live, man.
Oh, y'all waiting on me? I'm about
Yeah.
to talk. I was just talking.
God damn.
But no, y'all got to remember, Devin Haney is not an Eddie Hearn fighter no more. He's a free promotional fighter. So, like, he's not a top priority for Eddie Hearn anymore.
Midwest, can I cut you off one time?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna cut you off one time. I was thinking the same thing you was, and then I seen Devin Haney say, "My promoter sent you an offer," so that threw me off because I thought he was his own promoter.
Well, he is. You got to remember. Remember when he said they had sent him a Cambosa's offer months ago? He wasn't talking about Eddie Hearn. He was talking about his father.
Who was he talking
That's who sent that offer. Bill Haney sent that offer to Cambosa's. Eddie Hearn.
Nah, shit, they killed him.
Well, my thing with Devin Haney is that I think that, first of all, Eddie Hearn has been outmaneuvered at every turn with Devin Haney. Devin Haney should have already been made to fight Lomachenko for that WBC strap, but Eddie Hearn sent nobody to represent Devin Haney at the WBC convention. That's how that whole franchise bullshit started in the first place. Okay. Not only that, why did Luke Campbell, instead of Devin Haney, get the Lomachenko fight for the belt? Because Luke Campbell was one of Eddie Hearn's fighters too. So to me, it looked like Eddie Hearn chose to do right by Luke Campbell, basically to the detriment of Devin Haney. Now,
Well,
fast forward.
can I cut you off real quick before you move
Yeah.
forward? Well, I spoke to Bill Haney, and he said they were at the conviction. For the WBC, he said they chose to fight for the intern instead of Loma because for them it was understood that like they knew before we knew Lomachenko was dropping that belt for franchise.
Yeah,
So he
Bill
said
Haney
they
was
wanted to be
there,
in position to
but
pick it
Bill
up.
Haney is not. Listen, no offense to Bill Haney. Salute to him. I'm sure he's a great father, a great guy, but he ain't shit in the world of boxing. He's not no mover or shaker. If you talking about making power moves for Devin Haney, that should have been Eddie Hearn's ass down there at the convention, stating Devin Haney's case.
Right.
But even look now with the Cambosa situation, Lou DiBella really told on himself because he said, "Oh, I made an offer to DAZN first." Well, what the fuck can you offer DAZN? Basically, what Lou DiBella is really telling people is that he's looking for an offer. He's not making offers because basically what he's doing is saying, "Hey, listen, if you give me X amount of money, I will let Kambosos fight Devin Haney." That's basically what it is. That's not making an offer. What's the monetary offer he made for Devin Haney? Nothing. The only offer that was made was from Hearn to DiBella, which Lou DiBella calls insulting, but won't disclose what's so insulting about the offer.
Yeah,
So to
I tried
me,
to
Lou
explain it.
DiBella is full of shit, and they basically are trying to maneuver away from Devin Haney, but they don't want to outright say that because George Kambosos talked himself into a corner, talking all that hot shit when he was on top of the world for his 15 minutes. But his 15 minutes is almost up, and
Yeah.
the world is seeing that all these like Biggie said, niggas talking it but ain't living it. So all that shit he was talking, he got to stand by his word. He's not standing by his word. So now they just trying to clown Devin Haney. Oh, email this, email that. Dog, you said you was gonna fight this man, and you ain't make no offer to fight him. So what's really good? You want to be the promoter? Oh, we got a sold out stadium in Australia, but where's the offer then?
Yeah, I
Devin
tried to
Haney's pricing
explain that.
himself out without getting no offer. Come on, man.
I tried to explain that to people because we just went through this whole thing with Tiafimo. The first thing Tiafimo said was the reason why I'm not fighting Devin Haney is because Kambosos is a massive money fight in Australia. Everybody knew that was bullshit, and then we fast forward. Then he says, well, I'm the A side. He's pricing himself out. He's asking for too much, blah, blah, blah. We just went through all this. And then what happened? Tiafimo took a fight in the United States against a random and lost his next fight for less money. And when people keep telling me, oh, well, Lou DiBella said he sent an offer, Devin Haney's ducking, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's say that's real. So which network will they be fighting on? Where? And then when they say, oh, well, we don't know, we don't have any information. I'm like, if Kambosos is this massive A side, how come he just doesn't have a major promoter in Australia send a counter offer? All right, because that's not a real thing. And Kambosos is, Lou DiBella is trying to auction this man off on the block for as much money as possible because they didn't expect Kambosos to even be in this position like most of the world.
Exactly.
And
If Lou
MVO,
DiBella expected Kambosos to be in this position, then why the fuck did he not bid on the Tiafimo fight? He wasn't even one of the 3 bids.
Yeah, the only
and,
people that thought
and MVO,
Kambosos was gonna win was fucking Artman and Kambosos, because I definitely did not have that nigga winning.
hey, MVO, I want
And
to
that's
say
the
something to you,
the
bro.
craziest thing ever, right? How I had this nigga going, and all the dudes that saying, "Oh yeah, he needs to fight in Australia." All the dudes that had Tio winning by knockout, first round. Fake
Hey,
ass
MVO,
bitch.
I want to say something to you, bro. MVO, you 100% right about Bill Haney because one night I was listening to Barbershop Conversation. I heard Bill Haney get on the phone with Bob Arum, and he was like confronting Bob Arum about something, about Devin Haney and T.O. Lopez or whatever. All Bob Arum kept saying to Bill Haney is, have your promoter call me and we'll talk to Eddie. That's what he said to Bill Haney. And this ain't me making this up. This stuff, you could go and view it again.
I heard it. I
That's
was
how he
there.
played him.
I was there in the chat.
Yeah, that's how he played Bill Haney. So I agree with what MVO said 100%, that Bill may talk the talk, but he ain't making no decisions. And that's another reason why I think that they're going to try to probably just stick this 135 pounds out because they like getting those paydays from DAZN, and the guy really don't fight nobody. I mean, I'm not saying that Devin don't want to fight anybody. I'm just saying the competition that DAZN gets for him is low-level competition. He hasn't been in a big fight, and all the big fights that get made around that division are made for Eddie Hearn's European fighters.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But surprisingly enough, his resume at 135 ain't that bad. You know, but
Better
the
than
problem
Tanks.
is there seems to be no plan for him. Look at the Jojo Diaz fight. Yeah, it was a good fight for him to get, but he only got that fight because Ryan Garcia pulled out of the fight. I remember Haney was on Twitter talking about, yo, we got a big fight to announce. We got a big fight coming up. He was going to announce it in 2 weeks. He never announced it. So my question is, if Ryan Garcia never had to go to the loony bin, then who was Devin Haney going to fight? And why can't Devin Haney fight that person now? I just think they don't have no real plan, and there are no real prospects for Devin Haney to fight. And they just be talking. They just be talking out loud. They
And then
talking just to talk.
Hearn tried to actually give JoJo Diaz an exit route by randomly saying, "Oh, Devin Haney has also told us that he wants to be a shortlist replacement for fucking Tank and Rolly." I'm like, get the fuck out of here! You don't take a Tank fight on short notice? Get that bullshit out of here. Like, and the only reason I say it's bullshit is because Haney didn't say anything about it. That was just Hearn talking. So Hearn tried to give Diaz a way out, but the public pressure was too much.
Now, Julius, you said that Haney is content fighting on his own, getting his paydays. But I think what we're seeing right now is the paydays are over. It's looking like DAZN is out of the Devin Haney business, and he is stuck in a bad situation. Now, does Devin Haney and Bill Haney have the humility to go to an Al Heyman or a Floyd Mayweather or someone like that to say, hey, listen, I know you wanted to do business before. I went with the white man, but I'm ready to come home. And I apologize. Are they going to do that?
I don't know about Mayweather, but Heyman hopefully. But Mayweather, that train might be a little too greasy based on the history.
Hey, you never know, man.
Well, because you know how it was. Him and Tank had that beef over sparring and who was Mayweather's favorite, and Tank ended up getting signed, and Haney ended up doing his own thing, talking about he don't want to be in nobody's shadow and shit. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, I hope the young brother could make a right decision, and you know what? It was the right decision to sign with Hearn because he made a lot of money and didn't take a lot of punishment. You know, and he's only 23 years old. I'm pretty sure he made more money at the age of 23 than he would have made if he would have signed elsewhere, because no one else was going to give him $2-3 million guaranteed every fight.
Hey, y'all! Look,
what?
Bad, but I gotta cut the show. I gotta go.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, my bad. I should let y'all know in the private chat. But, yeah, I gotta get out. I'm about to head out to the family crib to watch that Super Bowl. You know, I ain't a big fucking football fan, but you know, every American watch that shit.
Who are you taking to win?
I'm from LA, so I got the Rams.
I got LA Rams.
I got Bengals. Yeah.
Democrat.
Man, fuck the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams.
I don't know. I ain't gonna take that too offensive because
hey, y'all take it easy. Hey, MBO, we gotta finish this combo one day, brother.
No doubt.
I'll have a good one.
Yeah, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this again, most definitely.
All right.
All right, brothers.